Well, hello, FME users. I hope you're having a great day. I've just had a little bit of FME work to do and thought, hey, I'm gonna stream this while I'm doing it. So, what we've got is, and hopefully, by the way, I've improved the resolution of this video, and so hopefully you should be able to see a lot better quality in the video than it was before. And I'm still getting used to some of the settings, so if I sort of look over occasionally and see something just to see what's going on in the channel, that's just don't mind me. So what I'm doing right now is we have this idea of doing a postcard exchange in October and November, where users around the world can just enter their details into a web app on FME Server, and then after a month of people putting their info in, we'll match everyone together and you can send each other like a postcard, just a way to get people to connect. What I'm doing with these workspaces is I want to accept input from a user and have it basically written to a database online. And I'm using a SQLite database, excuse me, and what I'm doing here with the SQL executor is I'm finding out the current ID or the current number of records in that table, getting the information from the person and writing it out to that table. Pretty straightforward. And then we have another workspace. This one is just doing a setup. I'm putting random data into a database just to get it to work. The problem is, well, okay, there's two things I have to do. One of them, I need to publish this to FME Server because I want to be able to run. I need to be able to run these on server. The other thing is somebody said, well, are you sure you want to be using a SQLite database? Because if two people ran the same app at the same time and both tried to write to a SQLite database, they might clash in some way and cause problems. And I thought, yes, that's probably a good point. But I didn't want to switch databases, and I thought, well, hey, wouldn't it be just as easy if I set up a queue with only a single engine in it and sent all of these jobs to that queue? Therefore, even if multiple people tried to fire the app at the same time, they would get queued up and it would go one process, one job after another. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to try and set this up to run on FME Server, first of all, and publish it to there, which I'm going to have to start messing about with the location of the output database, because I need to point it to a resources folder. And then I'm going to set up a queue, and I'm going to try and assign these jobs to that queue and assign that queue just a single engine and no other engine. And that way everything should get stacked up in a queue. One job won't run before the other, and there won't be any clash writing to the database. So that's my theory, and I'm going to try it out and see what happens. So let me see. The first thing I really need to do is go into Server, and have I got the right password? I'm using ever longer and longer passwords these days to match people's password requirements, which are quite extensive. Okay, so what am I going to do here? Oh, okay, first thing I need to do, I think, is look at Files and Connections and go to Resources, because I want a resource folder, basically. And I'll put it under Data. And let's see, what do I've got folders here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a new folder here called Community Card Exchange. And click OK. And we have that there. Now I should be able to select that and, whoops, wrong one, actions, properties. And what that's going to tell me is the path I need to put in to the workspace. So I'm going to copy that path. And that, let's see, so I'm going to do this workspace first. This is the one that writes to a temporary database. Writes fake data into the database just for testing purposes. So I'm going to set this up. I'm going to paste that bit that I just copied into here. And I don't know if it matters which way around the slashes go, but card exchange DB. So that's the where I'm writing my data to. So FME shared resource data / community card exchange / card exchange db.sqlite. That's where my data is going. Interestingly, it's only got one quote around it, so maybe I can get rid of that. Actually, I'm going to get rid of it, and I'm going to go back into here just to see how many quotes were in there. Yeah, there was one at the start, so I probably should have them then, I guess. So that is my path to the SQLite database, and it may turn red in here because it can't find that, but it may not. It would if we were using a feature writer, that's for sure. So now I'm going to publish this to FME Server. And the idea is I only have to run this once or twice. Now what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to create a new repository, because I think we assign the repository to the queue, and I don't want to assign everything else in my repository to that same queue. So I'm going to create a new repository called Community Card Exchange. And if you just joined and you missed the start of this broadcast, don't worry, it gets recorded and I'll put it on YouTube or something like that. Let's see, repository description, workspaces for the Community Card Exchange 2021. Okay, we have that community. I should give that a different name, I think. I don't really like that name, but oh, it is test data setup. It is, yeah. So we're publishing the workspace. We need to upload these files. All local files not using repository. Okay, so I'm going to have to open this data set and zip it up, I think, because I can't upload a folder. Where do I? There we go. So here's my data, addresses.gdb, and I'm going to send that to a zip folder. And I'm just going to call it addresses.gdb.zip. It's funny, you think you have all of the steps set up, it's just going to work, and then of course you always find a little bit where you have to go off-roading and do something a bit different. Yeah, community card exchange, there's my workspace. Select the files. See, I've done it again. I need to change that to point to the zip folder. And let's just see if that works by running that. Just going to running that reading bit just to make sure it can actually read the data. There we go. We've read the data. This is just a fake address data out of the Vancouver data set that I've had. Okay, save that. Now let's try publishing again. And it's called Community Card Exchange. It's going to be that's a job submitter, isn't it? I'm going to run it once. Okay, so that's a job submitter job. Oh, okay. Let me see if I can do that and actually publish the data with it. Oops. Upload data files. There we go. Now I remembered. Okay, there we go. So that's that one done. Now I should be able to go back to here. If I go to the home folder, it should come under last published workspaces. So let's have a look at that. Job submitter, file geodatabase, that's all good. Writing it to the shared resource folder. Run. And it seems to have worked. So let's look at, in fact, what I'm going to do is duplicate this folder, this tab, just so I can look at the resources and still keep that other window open. So data, Community Card Exchange. There we go. We've got a SQLite database. And I could probably download that and just sort of look. I don't think a view would work. No. Oh, well, actually, I can see data in there, which is more than I expected to be able to see. So even though it's all in binary format, at least I can see the data is in there, which is great. Okay, so the other workspace I want to publish is this one, which is for setting up, let's see, this is where people enter their names and addresses into the submission form and then get to sign up for the program, basically. So anywhere I reference that database, which is in the writer, now I've got to go back into here and I wonder if I can get the properties of this. There we go. Because I changed the name of it to cardexchange.db. So that goes into there. That was on the writer, but we've also got a SQL executor in there. I don't know how this is going to take that. It might turn red. No, it seems to have no problem with that. Again, if it was a feature reader or writer, I'd have to do something that I showed in the last stream that I did and go to server parameters and find the shared resource folder in here. Actually, maybe, is that set? No, there we go. I'd have to set that to a local drive just to make it work so it didn't get flagged as red. And yeah. So let me save that, publish that to FME Server, and Card Exchange user data entry. There's no data to upload. So next, and that is, well, right now it's a job submitter. Eventually I'll make it a data streaming, and so you get a HTML response of some sort. But for now, job submitter, like so. If I go back to server. I guess I don't need 2 tabs open. I'm just flipping that anyway. Okay, so that's my name. I want to receive 3 cards. There's my mailing address, blah, 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 email address. Hit the run button. And hopefully, there we go. So because I picked 3 cards, it's given me 3 records in there. Now, again, I should be able to go back into that files, resources, find that. I wonder again if I can try and view to see if it did enter any data at the bottom of here. Oh, there we go. I've got 3 records in there for me, so that looks like it worked. But of course, if I really want to make sure, then I should download it and just open it up with the Data Inspector. There we go. That's easy enough. Did that work? So my records are probably going to be at the bottom. Yep, there we go. And they are I've got 3 cards, and they are proper input. They're not part of the test, so that's good. And I can run my matching algorithm on that. So now the problem is, well, basically that's set that up. So that part is good. And what I can do is create a server app for that. Build a workspace app. Name, let's make it, what did we say, community card exchange. If I give it all the same name, I don't know if that's good or not. I suspect it is probably best practice. Let's see, member details. Enter your details to register for the FME Community Card Exchange. How does that look? Okay. Card exchange, user data entry, so job submitter. Oh, hey, IT. Thanks for following me. Great to see you there. Especially thank you if you signed up just to follow on there. But it's great to get some follows on here, and then you can hear whenever I'm doing anything like this. Okay, so that is the server app. Obviously I'll delete these as a default because you don't really want my name in there as a default. And I could customize it, but for now I'm not going to worry too much about this. So now I have a server app. And there we go. So I can just enter some fake data. 2 cards. I'm just making stuff up from a TV show. Dave at reddwarf.com. Something like that. Click OK. That's running. It should run OK. No reason why it shouldn't. There we go. And so what I'll do is I'll customize that to give you some custom HTML. But the thing I wanted to do now, again, I can't be sure that multiple people won't hit that at the same time, and that might cause problems writing to a file-based database like SQLite. So instead of switching to a real database like Postgres, which will be a bit overkill just for this, what I'm going to try and do is set it up so that that repository is set to a particular queue. That queue is only one engine, and so every time someone does submit a job to that, it will get queued up, and it won't clash. It can't clash. It can't run until the previous job is finished, which isn't perhaps the best way of doing things, but again, it's a small project, and I just want to do it fairly quickly. So I suspect it comes under engine management then. Queues and engines. So what have we got on here? We have got 12 engines on this. This is the one we use at Safe. This is called Blue Sky. Yeah, use an automation or workspace runner. Oh yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I could do an automation. Yeah, I mean, I did think about that it would write a CSV file with the information in, and then an automation could just pick that up and put it into the database. But I don't know about a workspace runner, because if people are putting things in separate apps, then, well, they're separate anyway. It's coming through the same app, but they are spread apart. So if they're both entering things at the same time, it's difficult to use the workspace runner, I think, because like you'd need to get a so yeah, again, we could write it to CSV and then just use a workspace to pick that up, and the workspace runner perhaps will be used for that. But hey, I wanted to try queue because I haven't really used queues much, and so I figure, why don't I give it a try? And I see there's one set up here called Mark's Test or something like that. Where was it? Mark Test Queue. But I've got no idea when I created that, and in fact it might have been a different Mark even, so who knows. Let's see. Community Card Exchange. I don't know if I have spaces or not. Oh, maybe. There we go. A queue for user submissions to the card exchange workspace. 1 to 10, where 1 is the highest. Okay, we'll give it a 2. I'd like to be a fairly high priority. Okay, so that's the queue created. Didn't ask me anything about... Okay, so maybe I've got to set up a job routing or engine assignment rule. Well, let's look at the job routing. Example queue, engine assignment rules. Well, this should be... Engine assignment rules, property, name. See, this is all new. This is all dynamic stuff that's been in here, like the physical memory. Like if the memory is less than so many megabytes, you can send it to a different queue and that sort of thing. Probably just want to use name, I'm guessing. And let's pick engine number 6, because why not? And the queue will be Community Card Exchange. And I think that might be it. Interesting. There we go. Community Card Exchange, engine number 6, and it is enabled. So if I go and run that again, Yeah, it's interesting the queue thing. It's not something I've really had to use before either. Yeah, I mean I used it once when I did some testing when it first came out. I tested it and wrote a blog about it, but I haven't ever needed to use it since because it's not something I ever really need to use. Let's see, we'll go with Don and he's at Safe Software, and here is Don at safe.com. So I'm hoping it should tell me which queue this ran on. So if I look at the job log, card, okay, it ran. Does it tell me what engine it ran on? That's interesting. I mean, I'm pretty sure that should be that it did work. Data. Why doesn't it tell me which queue and which engine it ran on? Value false. Description tag priority queue default. Okay. I wonder how we can find that out. Maybe I'll have to put that to one side for now because I don't know how to find out which engine it ran on. I don't think it's in the log. Does it say in the log? See, I've never really even needed to look at that. Running on Blue Sky, job ID, server host, log file name, job context, data repository, URL. Interesting. Shared folders. Yeah, maybe I should have authored it on UTF-8, but that's not really my concern right now. Okay, so again, I'm going to duplicate this tab. So let's see what the engines are called. Localhost engine. Okay, so let's see if is there a search. Can I download the log? There we go. Yep, you can open that. Find localhost. Yeah, localhost engine 1. That's not good. Okay, so maybe I do need to have a job routing rule. Repository. Okay, here we go. Repository. Yeah, because when I think about what I just did in the engine assignment, it's sending that queue to that engine, but it's not necessarily sending these jobs to that queue. Okay, so that runs the job, sends it to the queue sends it to that engine, and we are happy, in theory. Card exchange, there we go, yeah. Is there a way to change the name that I didn't notice? Oh, well. Whatever. Oh, job routing rule. There we go. Card exchange routing rule. There we go. Okay, let's try that again. So if I run that again. Okay, let me just quick look at the chat. Yes, you're right. It did do it in the log. Yeah, so that looks like, yeah, I just needed to create all three of those. It was, again, I don't use server that often, but so we create the queue, send the jobs from that, the repository to the queue, and then we assign that queue to a certain engine, which was in here somewhere. There we go. We send it to engine 6. So yeah, hopefully this should work this time. Okay, let's go and look at the job completed queue. There's a lot of other jobs going on in here that I don't know what they're for and what they do. There we go. Perfect. Localhost engine 6, which I guess could have been a fluke, but since there are only 2 other jobs running at the same time, at most, yeah, that was the only job running, so it would have gone to Q1 if it really needed to do that. So, and the request was queue community card exchange, so it sent it to the right queue. We know that, and the queue sent it to the right engine. Yeah, I don't know if engine's listed in here, but that's fine, it doesn't matter. Hey, so that's done. That's actually easier than I expected. I thought I was going to be here for quite a while having to set that up. So that's fantastic. So all I need to do now is, well, I guess I could test it. I could hit the run button on 2 different things and see if it runs them at the same time. In fact, I could just duplicate that and run 3 different things. Oops, don't hit run yet. And so what I'm hoping is one won't run until the others have done. So I'm going to click OK, click OK, and hoping I'm clicking OK quick enough. Okay, that's completed, that's completed, that's completed. I wonder if I was just so slow that man, how would I ever know that? But I mean, 15:57. Yeah, that started at 59. It started. Yeah, it's. If I was really that worried about it, I'd start it on perhaps 2 or 3 different machines and try and get it to work. But that's an odd one. Yeah, I'd do that. I'm not too worried about it. I think it's going to work anyway. It's more just for my concern. But anyway, if it's only going to one queue, and that queue has only got one engine, then it should finish writing the record before it writes the next record. And if I go and look at the data, yeah, this went quicker than I expected. I'm glad about that. There's my file. Let's download that. Oops. And open it up with the data inspector. Oh, it's opening it in Workbench. That's annoying. I thought it defaulted to the expector. The worst thing about it doing that, I think I might talk about getting that changed because it opens it up in the generate workspace, which I really didn't want to do. I just wanted to see the data. So yeah, data inspector seems to be the default, and yet it didn't do that. Anyway, that's a web browser issue, I guess. So here we go. Let's see. What do we get? We've got all of the records down at the bottom. And the ID numbers all worked out okay from what I can tell. So there was no overlap. It all looks good. Yeah. Fantastic. Well, then I think I'm pretty much done with my FME side of things for today. Maybe what I can do for 10 minutes is just do a quick GeoGuessr, because right now it's GeoGuessr month in the FME community, and if folk want to sign up, they can do, and I can give them access to a free use for a month. Let me just open that up. We can challenge each other and all sorts of things. So if you have an account, do sign up. Or if you don't have an account, do sign up, and I can add you to the FME team. So if I edit my profile, you can see we've got a few folk have signed up already and are in the FME group, so they can play GeoGuessr for free. If you want to create an account, do that, add me as a friend. My name's Manitoba Mark on here rather than FME Evangelist. And yeah, we can I can add folks to that group. I'm just going to change my category to GeoGuessr, and then we might get other people from other just browsing randomly to come and join us. But doing 10 to 15 minutes of GeoGuessing. If I could spell it right, GeoGuessing. Yeah, I don't know. They missed the E out of GeoGuessing, GeoGuessr, so maybe it should be GeoGuessing. I'm just changing the tag anyway. So, okay, well, let's have a go at something just for the heck of it. And again, if anyone's online who's a member, then challenge me or add me as a friend and I'll challenge you and we can do something. I'm going to do the daily challenge because I like doing that. And so basically we get 3 minutes for each location to figure out where we are. And I figured this would be a good thing for the FME community to have a go at because we are generally spatial in our nature. Old Rikoff. I think my number one rule is if you don't know where you are, then go downhill and you'll find somewhere to... I would say this looks sort of Alps, Austria, Germany, that sort of thing. Again, when it drops you in one of these places, it's really difficult to know. Nice house. Yeah, it looks definitely mountainous, alpine, I think. So if we did say the Alps, that might not be a million miles off. There's a car. Any info on the car? Nice car. Nice car, nice house. It must be a very upmarket place. Yeah, it could be East Europe. I'm just thinking, how long have I got? A minute and a half left. Yeah, that definitely looks like Switzerland, Austria, that sort of thing. Could be Switzerland. I mean, I'm just having to go so far to find anywhere that might give me any sort of info. Wow. Oh, this is going to be really... Well, there's a road sign. I want some cyclists. I think I lost the road sign, whatever. If the road cyclists had a sign on them that said welcome to wherever they are, that would be a real help. Oh, there's the cyclist who was a bit slower than the rest. Oh man, maybe I shouldn't have gone with go downhill. I should have gone uphill, but no road signs, no nothing. Eesh. 30 seconds left to make a guess. If I don't do that in time, I don't know what. Luzek. Okay, I'm going Austria. I've got 15 seconds to find where Luzek is. Let's say it's somewhere on the border. Whoops, in the mountains. Quick guess, 5 seconds. Ooh, okay, so Czechia, or Czech Republic, Prague. That wasn't too bad. Play the next one, so we get 5 of these, and that looks, well, it could be European, could be South America. Let's see, Derecho de Via, Purina. I'm thinking Mexico. But if you've got any better ideas, put them in the chat. El Yarrow. Obviously, if Spanish is not my... Yeah. Oh, Tepulilco. Tejulpilco. Maybe that's... Okay, that's good enough to start looking, I think. And it looks like it's up in a mountainous area, although I don't know what counts as mountainous in Mexico, so I'm going to say it's... Yeah, I'm not... Is that Spanish or Portuguese? I mean, it's definitely... Yeah, look, there we go, Mexico. It's got to be Mexico. There we go. It's not often you get a nice flag to... Estado East, maybe? East Mexico. Of course, I've totally forgotten what that place... Tulancingo. Well, I think it's going to be a bit of a guess, but 48 seconds. No, let's just scoot down the road a bit and see if there's anything more obvious. I mean, it's definitely mountainous, rural. Probably not too far from a bigger city. It looks... okay, that's something washing. Mechanico. Okay, 14 seconds left. Let's say it's up in these hills and mountains. Small place. There. Okay, with the other side of Mexico City, but not too bad. And here we are on the next one. Okay, the driving on the right. Okay, Ecuador, by any chance? I mean, that would be a big whopping clue if that was the case. Pan America. Okay, so it's even got a map on the side of the bus. I mean, come on. So Ecuador, it said that. I don't think that's Ecuador on the map, but like, I mean. Okay, let's see if we can find a town name, because Ecuador's not that big as a country, but I don't see a town. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm still waiting to get put down in a place where I actually know where it is. I can say, oh, I know that. But I haven't managed that yet, but we'll get there. Plata de Arroz. Looks like a main road. Where are we? Highway E25, Ventanas, Quinsaloma. Okay, let's try down here. E25, E35, E25. Ventanas and Quinsaloma. Oh, got a minute left. Oh, Colasaro. I mean, I guess it could be. No, because it's a different road there. It comes the one in. This is terrible when you know which road it's on and you've got the names of places, you just can't. E25, El Mango, Ventanas. Wow, this is a long road. Okay, well, I'm going to. Oh, Babajayo, there we go. E25. We are facing south. So it's south to get to there. So, oh! Ah! Too slow. I was right on the money as well. I wasn't paying attention. Well, it put me on Null Island, I guess, which is something. I like that. Okay. It even told me which country and which road, and still couldn't get it. Okay, this looks like Africa. East Bukusu. I mean, I could Google that, but that would be cheating. Oh, Kenya Seed Company. Well, that's handy. Wow, that looks quite. A1 and C42 and light. That's quite the market. A1 and C42 in Kenya. Okay, well, let's open them a bit quicker this time. Maybe. This is always the difficulty online because you probably there's a bit of a delay in streaming, I would guess, and so even if you typed in something into the comments or a clue, it'd be. I found the A2 and the A3. Is that the A1? Okay, A1 and the C42, Kitale. Oops. No, Kitali. Okay, we've gone in the over the border, so Kitalu. Oh, a minute left. Okay, this time. Oh, where's the A1 gone? There we go. Garanga. Kitali. So that's going towards Kitali, and it's heading north because I can see a little thing there. So we're at the C42. C44, C42. Here we go. So that's just coming up. So we must be, let's go back to where we were originally. Truckers, Elgon Trackers. There we go, Elgon Trackers Bookshop, which is right there. So we are probably here. Yes, right by that junction. There. Ha! There we go, 10 seconds left. We were 9 meters away. That's pretty good. Woo! Okay, round 5 out of 5. Ugh. Let's see. Well, that could be anywhere. What did that... Oh, that truck disappeared. Okay, we're driving on the right. Yeah, they blanked the license plates out, which is annoying, but it does look like Europe to me. Probably Northern Europe. Well, it could be Canada. That's the problem. I'd hate to say it wasn't. I mean, what were the cars there? Because that... Not that we don't get European cars in Canada, but yeah, see, I've seen a few Volvos. That's why I'm wondering if it's Burred. Okay, that looks like it's got to Buria. That's got to be Swede. It's got to be Scandinavian. I don't even know what that means. Is it a place? Does it mean parking? Vretion, Holmsvatnet. Is this Iceland? Skellefteå. Skaftafell, Skellefteå. It would have to be Highway 1 if it was. There's not many places. It just doesn't remind me of Iceland, but the naming does. Okay. Because I mean, I've traveled, to be honest, I've traveled a lot of that road in Iceland, and I don't remember those names. So I'm going to assume it's Sweden. Umeå, Skellefteå. 30 seconds. This is not Finland. Yeah, that could be as well. I wouldn't put it against being Finland. Umeå. Oh, if only we had one of our Swedish partners online. That would be a real help. Okay, I'm just going to make a guess because I've got 5 seconds. Well, it was Sweden. Just hadn't got far enough north to find it. There we go, Buria and Skellefteå. Oh, that one really messed me up. If I'd have got that, just number 3, if I'd put something down. Yes, Finland, Finland, Finland. It's the country for me. Maybe that's where a moose bit his sister, was in that place there. Oh, if only we'd got the one in Ecuador. So let's see. See, I swear that some people are cheating on this. I mean, how do you get it down to 0 meters away in under 4 seconds? That's just impossible. Yeah, I mean, even some of these folks, like even if you take a minute and a half to get it down to 7 meters, that's like, yeah. Anyway, so we've got a 5,000 point. That's a good one. 16,000. If we'd have got, say, well, it would have been close to 5,000. That would have been over 20,000. So what would that have given me? Yeah, 22 and a half to get the gold. Yeah. Huh. I see Streamlabs is putting automatic commands into the chat, and that one didn't work, did it? Okay, well, that's something to know. Okay, well, anyway, yeah, if you sign up for this and hit me as a friend and just tag me as a friend, and I can add anyone who's watching to this group, and you can play for free, because otherwise it's like $5 a month or something, which is not a huge amount. But the one I really like, I think what we'll do is we've got a webinar coming up in actually a week today, and we will see if we can get some people online to play at that time. The one that I really like to play is Battle Royale Distance. So you're up against lots of other people, and the one who guesses the furthest away gets knocked out, and everybody else goes through to the next round. And I've come second so many times in this that it's driving me crazy. I need to win one. So maybe today's the day. Okay, 5 seconds. I think we get about 1 to 2 minutes for each one. Okay, that looks like it's in Britain almost. Brick houses. Yeah, no, it looks like they're driving on the right. Okay, so North America. It's still going to be northeast of Northeast America, or even Canada. I'd almost put money on it being Canada. Security Watch, no, that's First Baptist Church. I better guess quick. I think we can do this. It's going to be somewhere like Virginia, I would think, or maybe a bit further north. Let's just Pennsylvania. I need my colleague Dan, he's in Pennsylvania. Okay, well, we're into third. I think we're going to be safe. I don't know if you're hearing any of the system audio there. Hey, we were close. It was Virginia. Charlottesville. See, Northie. At least they got that. Okay, that looks like Chinese-ish writing. We're driving on the left, eh? Would that make it Hong Kong, or did the Chinese drive on the left? Okay, that's going to be annoying, because I've got no idea, and of course the... Okay, well, thanks for tuning in. If you've got to leave, that's all good. I'm only going to be on for 5 more minutes anyway, but I'll try and do some streaming sometime in... is it Japanese? Ooh, try and do some streaming European time just to... there we go, with the nearest. Gotcha. From last to first with 1 click. Yeah, so anyway, thanks for hanging out, and hopefully the FME stuff was useful, and yeah. Okay, where am I now? Eastern Europe. Gotta be Eastern Europe. Alfredan. It could mean anything from a place name to a bus stop. Wilhelmsburg. Ooh, okay, that can't be. That sounds like East Germany. Let's guess quick, and then if we're not in there, I can make a second guess. Wilhelmsburg. Sounds so familiar. Okay, I think we're safe. Oh, Sweden. Ah. Yeah, that's why we needed some Swedish folk on today. Okay, where are we? Ah, we're in Greece. Well, that's easy enough. Oops. Yeah, that's not easy enough. Well, you got to assume it's somewhere. It looked like it was on the coast. Oh, this is going to be a guess, because what else can you do? Ah, there we go. Second, so if I'm wrong, lots of other people are wrong. So that's all good. Just 12 kilometers away. There you go, downtown Athens. Okay, next one's on some water. Is that a river? There's a sign there that's could be a political sign. Are we in Canada? Yeah, I wouldn't bet against it. We could be in Newfoundland. That's where I put my money on as a rough guess. Curson. It's definitely a fishery, and that screams Newfoundland to me. And it's foggy. Ooh, where did we end up there? Oh, okay, we need to make a guess quick. Let's go with St. John's. Yay, we are top. Oh, not anymore, but... Oh, wow. So where were we then? Oh, Nova Scotia. Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. Well, there we go. Hey, right country. Okay, that's got to be Germany. Been to Bulgaria. Oh no, maybe Sweden. Espresso. This is Sweden. Definitely. Now I just need to find a road sign that tells me which town in Sweden it might be. Coffee and Nystick. I don't know what Nystick is, but... Ooh, it's got trams. Well, there can't be many places with trams. So it's got to be Stockholm, I would think. Maybe Malmo? That's the question. I'm going to just go down. Stockholm. Ooh, 400 kilometers away from... Ooh, was it Norway? Wow. It was Oslo. Wow. Ooh, well, that was getting a bit dicey right at the end. Where are we now? Okay, this looks like the Alps again. Okay, follow the roll and go downhill. Whoa, what happened there? Let's go back to where we were. $50 and Oberembrak. Okay, I'm going to make a quick guess because I've got lots of guesses left. It definitely sounds somewhere like Munich-y. Not quite by the look of it. I'm a bit behind. Maybe. Ooh, I don't like being last like that. I've got plenty of guesses left, and that was wrong. Oof. Zurich, Switzerland. Here we go. See, all of these Dutch, Swedish, and Swiss partners we have would be nice if they were online right now. BME. Flight. Where on earth is this? Okay, we're driving on the right. Oh, is this the Netherlands? Oh, it is. It's Schiphol. Wow. Okay, well, there we go. That makes it easier. Schiphol. Wow. Now I've got to figure out where it is. It's somewhere around Amsterdam, but not totally near there. It is... Oh, gosh. Hoofddorf. That's close. There we go. Schiphol. There we go. There we go, Schiphol East. Yeah, that's what it said. I should have gone for the East. But at least I found the airport. Man, I was having a bit of a panic then. Okay, Sukromny Pozimok. Zona, does that sound... Ooh. I don't know if that sounds Polish or Czech or Bulgarian or what. I've got a ton of guesses though, so I'm gonna start making some. That looks... Oh wow. It's my chance to win. Yeah, we're in the lead. Probably Czechia. No! Oh, second. Again. Oh. Man, that hurts. Anyway, I think that's enough for today. Thank you for everyone who watched the FME stuff, and anyone who stayed around for the geoguessing. Again, you can sign up, friend me, and I'll add you to the FME team for a month, or for the rest of October anyway. Okay, well, thank you for joining, and yeah, I'll be back online soon, I hope.